Hey guys, it's me and I'm back again with some more AI information for you. I'm going to be using some note cards today because there's a lot of information and I couldn't remember it all, so you'll have to bear with me on that. But yesterday, Google I/O rolled out at their annual developer conference their new artificial intelligence that they're going to be implementing on their boards across their whole spectrum. So we're going to go over a few of those things and let you know what exactly is going to be going on and what's happening in the AI world so that you can prepare yourselves for what's coming down the pipeline. Some of these things are kind of helpful. They can be a little intrusive, but they are helpful, and some of them are just kind of weird, to be honest with you. But the first one that has some helpful features and also is a little intrusive is they unveiled their new Immersive View for routes. Now, these are only going to be dropped in certain cities, and you're not going to have them available to you everywhere right now. One of the features on this that is pretty cool is that it will help you find a parking spot in big cities. If you've ever been to a big city trying to find a parking spot, it can be a pain, it can be a real hassle, we'll just put it that way. So this is one thing on this map that's actually kind of cool. The thing that I think about in that though is Google's obviously using people's data on where they're at to know when they're in movement. When they jump back in their car and move, then they're going to know that that space is empty. So like I said, it's a little intrusive and it is a big brother thing, but that's what's going on with their new Immersive View for routes. Now this one is kind of fun and kind of crazy. I think you guys are going to find this one weird, especially if you're in the singles category and you've ever used any kind of dating apps like Bumble or Tinder or anything like that. This is called Magic Compose. Magic Compose will rewrite your messages in any way that you want them to rewrite it. So let's say you're on the computer and you're on Tinder and you swipe whichever way. I've never been on these things because I've been married for a very long time, so I don't understand how they work, so bear with me on that. But if you have ever been on these apps and you've swiped away to find somebody and they swipe back and you start messaging. Now, in your DMs with Magic Compose through Google's AI, now you can send them your written words, but you can change them to sound like Shakespeare wrote it. So not only are we going to have filters on people's faces so they look smoothed out, skinnier, now they're going to sound smarter and sound more intelligent, and they're going to be able to write in a way that you've never been able to experience because we don't train people to write this way anymore. So it's going to be a real interesting thing to see how people react to the new Magic Compose AI feature on Google. Another one that was that's going to be disrupting an entire industry is Music LM. Now, Music LM, why I say it's going to disrupt an entire industry is because now everybody is going to be able to produce any kind of music that they want to at the drop of the hat. ChatGPT, which we talked about yesterday, is just the very beginning. Google also has their own AI, which I don't remember what it's called, but it's similar to ChatGPT, and you can access it through Google only. With Music LM, though, you're going to be able to compose however you want, whatever you want to write, and it's going to turn it into music for you. So if you're a very gifted writer and you're a very gifted storyteller, you're going to be able to take your stories, put them to music, and possibly sell them to music studios. This is going to do away with a lot of jobs. This is going to do away with a lot of creativity because the creativity is going to be being produced by an artificial intelligence versus a creative human being. I personally don't think too much of that. I don't really care too much for it. I do have a lot of friends in the music industry that's going to disrupt, I think, in the near future. But aside from that, I don't think it's a very good feature. I think it's kind of silly, but some people are going to love it. Now, another one that's coming about is the Universal Translator is going to be able, this one's scary. This one is very scary, and this is the one that I want people to pay attention to the most. It's called Universal Translator. Right now, it's up to, I think, 40 languages. But the scariest aspect of this artificial intelligence is that you can take this program, you can make a video talking into the video in whatever language that you want to talk to, that it's able to translate into, and then it will take your video and it will retranslate your words into the language of your desired choice. But it also, with the artificial intelligence, changes the way your mouth moves and mimics the words in the new language through your mouth. So if you don't know what a deep fake is, this is just one more step to taking a deep fake to a whole new level. Now you're going to be able to take words, put them into a computer, or say them into a computer, superimpose it into, let's just say, Russian President Vladimir Putin, and you're going to be able to have Vladimir Putin saying things in Russian, even though that you put it in there in English, in a way that might be able to trick a massive amount of people. So I don't really think of it as a very good thing. But on the business side and the personal side, I can see it being pretty neat to be able to reach people across the world. But when it comes to politicians using this, or people in corporate America using this to attack an enemy, I don't think it's going to wind up being a good thing. And I wind up seeing a lot of problems in the future with deep fakes coming out. This is basically what's been going on though at Google, and this was from their Keynote speech that they gave yesterday. It lasted a couple hours. These are just a couple of the highlights. If you want to go back and take a look at that, feel free to go back, and you can just Google it and it'll bring up all the search results, and all the tech companies have done very good reviews on it. These are just things that I know people want to hear about and see about that they don't see about every day. AI, in my opinion, is a very dangerous thing. We need to be very careful with the way that we're implementing it into our society, and we need to be very careful with what it's going to disrupt in the future. My name's John, and I'm going to keep you up to date. Stay safe out there, everybody.